I'm Jose at the Power Path, and I'm going to teach you today about how to choose a drum. This is a very lightweight drum. I love to travel with it. It's easy to travel with because it's only about 14 inches. It'll fit into a rollerboard. It's natural elk skin. Elk is very strong, very resilient, and very light. This drum is very, very lightweight, which makes it easy to carry, to drum with for long periods of time, to travel with. So I love this drum. But some places are very foggy and very wet, and there's no possibility of building a fire to tighten the skin up. And so in those kind of conditions, it may be better to have a drum with an artificial hide, which would be like a Remo drum, something like this. Now, some people completely scoff at drums that are not natural hides, and I understand. I'd much rather use a natural hide. But sometimes the weather conditions, if it's like pouring rain or something like that, an artificial skin drum is the only way to go. This is a Remo. This is their 14-inch size, which is very, very nice size. Very lightweight. This can fit in a rollerboard, easy to travel with, and won't respond to weather conditions, which is really nice. So sometimes it's good to have a drum of each type, a drum with a natural skin and a drum with an artificial skin, just so that you have choice given the conditions that you're under. Well, some natural hide drums are made of other types of hides. I mentioned my elk skin drum. This is cowhide, and cowhide is very strong and very tough. But it is heavier, and it too will respond to weather conditions. So this drum, even though it sounds tight, because it's a warm day, under foggy conditions or rainy conditions, this will go completely flat. And it's sometimes takes a while to tighten it back up to playing. But it's a very strong drum, very resilient. And this one's about 16 inches, so it'll still fit into a wider rollerboard. Okay for travel, but it is heavier. Now, Remo also makes an artificial drum that they call a buffalo drum, and this is a deep sounding drum. I love the sound of this drum. It is heavier and it is wider, so it's harder to travel with. But when I'm home doing ceremonies around here, I love to use this drum because of the sound. There are also other types of skin. Deer skin is very thin and will, especially in the desert Southwest where I live, it will tend to split, and it's not that resilient. The same with goat skin. Goat skin makes a really tight drum face to the frame, but again, it's very brittle, and in hot sun that has the possibility of splitting wide open, and then you lose your drum. So I would recommend, if you live in a hot climate, not to use the really thin skin drums. Use the buffalo hides, use the cow hides, use the elk skin being my favorite. And there's even some other types that I don't know about. The problem with the artificial skin drums is that when you order them, you don't know what you're going to get. It's not that easy to go to a store and play these buffalo drums that come from Remo because they're mostly gotten online. So you don't have a great choice there on how it sounds. But any skin drum, you want to play it first, because the drums are a huge range, and some of them are going to resonate with you and they're going to feel good in your hand and they're going to sound just right to you, and some of them just won't. And maybe they're better for somebody else, but they're just not good for you. So you want to go to Indian markets, or you want to go to craft fairs, or you want to go to places where there might be a variety of drums, even a music store that carries some various types of drums. In Taos, New Mexico, there's the Taos Drum Company that has a great variety of drums. You can go in, you can play all different sizes and shapes, and you can determine which is right for you. So that's a little bit about how to choose a drum. Thank you very much for listening.